What is up, guys? Time for another rant of burying WWE in their poor choices of who should be winning or who should be main eventing, who should be doing anything. So, like I said, last post, one of the best heel turns of all time. John Cena is a generational babyface. This guy's been a babyface for 20 plus years. His last heel anything was what? Dr. Thugonomics or Chain Gang 20 plus years ago. This guy has been like the face of the company over 2 decades at this point. This dude turns heel. John Cena turns heel. Let me say that again. The GOAT of all GOATs, John Cena turned heel. Insane pop, insane reaction, just insane overall when it comes to the IWC. All that hype, all that momentum, all that intrigue, everything leading up to that moment and what could be great coming out of that moment. We got zero. We got zero. Because homie's not showing up to work. Elimination Chamber was 2 weeks ago. There has been 4 televised events between Raw and SmackDown that he could have showed up for, to cut promos for, to build this new turn for, to build a rivalry between himself and Cody Rhodes. Do you guys understand the last year's Mania? We had freaking Cody versus The Rock the entire time. Roman was almost like an afterthought at that point. This year we get John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. This has to be one of the best runs ever in terms of people turning heel on one specific babyface, trying to take him off the mountain. Great stuff. But it doesn't matter if the guy doesn't show up to work. Literally, there's nothing here. There's no intrigue. We have Cody by himself trying to sell this feud, trying to go on SmackDown with his busted eye and busted eardrum, and just cutting the most lackluster whatever promos of all time. I can't even sit there and really just enjoy it to the full, because Cody comes out there with almost no energy. Just dragging his ass to the freaking ring. Finally gets to the ring. So, Louisiana, what do you want to talk about? Bro, we just had one of the craziest heel turns of all time. What do you mean, what do you want to talk about? Talk about John. And for 2, where is John? I don't want to see Cody Rhodes in the ring by himself trying to sell this feud alone without the biggest turn of all time, without John Cena present to be the other person receiving these words. He's just kind of talking to himself. Oh, I know. How about John Cena? Literally, that's the promo. Like, what do we even do with that? He talks about how he's a successor to John Cena, and when you proclaim yourself as anything, it doesn't really feel like it's real. It doesn't really feel like it's anything valid. I can proclaim myself to be the best podcaster of all time. Doesn't matter. Like, when you give yourself titles, it doesn't matter. Cody feels boring and mundane. We have freaking Monday Night Raw with Gunther and Jey Uso. Gunther's an absolute jobber to the freaking stars. Jey Uso has nothing about him in terms of intrigue other than the entrance and that first initial pop when you hear the Uso go off. Beyond that, like, what is there to be interested about with Jey Uso versus Gunther Part 4 at WrestleMania? Obviously, they try to create a moment with the tag team guy being the one that eventually main events and wins the massive singles title. And it looks like they might be having Jimmy Uso win the United States title. And they're going to have a Eddie Guerrero and Benoit type of situation where they meet in the ring with their respective titles and hug it out. Like, it's so predictable what's about to happen. Honestly, just have Gunther and Jey Uso open night 1 of WrestleMania and just let it be what it is and get it out of the freaking way. Because having to watch Raw every single week and see Gunther put Jay in sleeper holes when a couple weeks ago he said he was going to make the guy's life a living hell. Every single week, you're going to make his life a living hell. Where's the living and where's the hell? Nowhere to be found. Gunther's doing zero, nothing. He's feuding with Alpha Academy, freaking Akira Tozawa and Otis. Like, that's where we're at. We're like 3 weeks away from WrestleMania. That's what we're doing. Literally, the most compelling thing going on is the women's division, which is Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill. It's been a very rare thing for me to care about anything when it comes to the women's division or what they're doing because of just how they're booked. Women are booked very boring. Women are booked like it doesn't matter. Women are handed titles, like title after title. We're getting a new women's champion Just randomly every couple of months, like Tiffany's a new champion, like every year, it's like some woman that's never held a title just randomly wins it. But when you talk about the WWE title, it's like a rare thing for any new person that's never won it before to win that title. It just doesn't matter. Like the women's division, it feels like it doesn't matter. Don't care about the mid-card titles. Don't care about anything in terms of the world title or the WWE Women's title. It's just dead. No stories, no nothing, no intrigue, no allure, nothing. Until now. I mean, we have Bianca Belair, we have Naomi. They cut one of the best promos I think I've ever seen a woman cut in the ring. It was actually really, really good stuff. It was actually very intriguing. That promo alone, what they did in the ring on SmackDown, that sold me on whatever they have going on at WrestleMania. It's crazy to think in 2025, we have a conversation of the women's storyline going into WrestleMania being better than anything that the men has going on. At this point, if they build this enough, I would not mind this being WrestleMania Night 1 main event. Like, I'm being real. What is it? Io versus Bianca. We have Naomi. We have freaking Rhea in there. We have Jade Cargill. Like, all that's going on. There's like two different storylines. Bianca's trying to win the title from Io, but also Bianca's trying to navigate between Jade and Naomi. It's some good stuff going on there. Have no problem in the world if they want to use that as the Night 1 main event. Because all the other options are shit. All the other options are garbage. You have the makings of like greatness when it comes to WrestleMania because of who is involved. Obviously, Vince is not part of this, but we have the freaking Rock. We have freaking John Cena. We have this corporate powerhouse heel Hollywood duo that's coming after Cody Rhodes. This should be a big deal. This on paper is a big deal. But it honestly feels like some of the most lackluster and boring storytelling I've ever seen. Everything is there when it comes to making this great. Have John, have The Rock show up. All you have to do is have them show up and literally cut a 3-minute promo every single night, either on Monday or SmackDown. Like, you don't have Monday or SmackDown. What? On Raw or SmackDown. You can just pick a brand and just have them work on that brand. Like, you don't have to show up for both shows. You telling me these guys are so busy to where they can't show up to work? I guarantee you, 0 people care about John Cena's schedule. 0 people care about John Cena's movie tours. 0 people care about his television shows. I've never watched any show because John Cena's acting in it. To me and to a lot of us, John Cena's a wrestler first, not an actor. So the fact that he's letting his acting career or whatever, like he has obligations, he has things going on, like I get it, right? He's letting that get in the way of his biggest moment. I mean, he turned heel, that's a massive moment. You're letting that get in the way of your biggest moment ever in terms of your career as a wrestler. You are a wrestler first. You're not an actor first. Obviously, The Rock was a wrestler first, but he's been in Hollywood for so long. He's had a lot of blockbuster movies. He's involved in a lot of stuff like his Terry Mana Tequila, his Zoa energy drink. Like, the guy just has like a bunch of stuff. He's actually really busy. Even having all those things going on, being that busy, the guy still showed up almost every single episode of Raw and SmackDown last year, building up to WrestleMania, having a main event spot in Night 1 and also being part of the main event in Night 2. Like, he actually put his entire schedule to the side. We saw that it could be done. The Rock did it. The Rock put so much to the side to focus on just wrestling and just WrestleMania, and he freaking killed it, and it was a great feud, a great build. And WrestleMania 40 is probably my favorite of all times. Hand down, no contest, like, don't even at me. Like, it was great. How can The Rock, who on paper should be a way busier guy, the guy has 2 freaking kids, 3 actually if you count Ava, but in terms of young kids in his household, 2 young kids, like, the guy is so busy. He made all this time to participate last year in WrestleMania, but John Cena can't show up. John Cena can't do the same. John Cena can't prioritize wrestling. Sting feels dead. Dead. I don't care. I don't know who cares. I actually cared more about Bianca and Naomi, like I said. Gunther and Jay, just give Jay the title. Let's have the moment. Let's move on from that. Braun Breaker, not even showing up to work. LA Knight is winning United States title, so I hope he keeps it and goes to WrestleMania with a really good feud. Other than that, I don't really care about anything. Hopefully they turn this shit around, but I doubt it, because if you're going to waste this heel turn by not showing up to work, by not building upon this, and it's going to be 3 weeks after Elimination Chamber until John shows up on a freaking Monday Night Raw to cut a promo, hopefully against Cody Rhodes, then it's like, bro, like, what are we doing? Like, why did we even decide to do this right now? Why turn him heel when he's not available to show up to work? Why turn him heel when, the storyline just isn't there? Let's hope that they cook, but as of right now, it is just disappointing.